publishing things like articles, books, magazines, and journals is one of the most powerful things that we can do. Sometimes I wonder whether the stuff that people have published, the stuff that we know of, whether they're worth it or they should have been published. You see, the thing is that Abdu'l-Baha said that it is very urgent for there to be publications that clearly and definitely establish what the present day society needs. And whatever the publications are, that they should be concerned solely with whatever is conducive to the happiness and advancement of society. So what do you think the present day requirements of the people are? Because if we go around publishing stuff that avoids this very question, then it would have been better to not have published anything, in my opinion. One example comes to my mind of things that are worthy of being published, or things that reflect the requirement of the world that we live in now, is the need to cure cancer. So any publications of the kind that is focused at this endeavor or find a solution to this great disease, obviously this is something that conduces to the society's advancement and happiness. I don't want to seem biased or anything, but I think you would agree that a lot of publications that we know of on television or on the internet, they are contrary to the needs of the world. As if the people who have gone on to publish such articles and journals live in their own personal spheres and are totally oblivious of the fact that they are part of a larger whole, and that they should be contributing rather to the needs of society instead of satisfying their own immediate desires. For example, when we look at the news, majority of the publications and articles have nothing to say about the present day requirements. The news can be viewed as the voice of society and people today. Although very biased, I would say it's pretty a good reflection of what the majority of the people in the world are interested in and are thinking about. Let's move on and talk about what I believe there should be for satisfying this present day requirements of our world. I think that there should be groups of individuals who are detached from their own experiences and their own likenesses, even their own dislikenesses, or just their personal preferences, who are instead working towards the investigation of the present day's needs, especially the spiritual needs. Okay, let me be clear. By spiritual needs, I mean the internal aspect of humanity. How we interact with one another, what endeavors we choose to work towards together, and how we educate the next generation to overcome the kinds of barriers that impede progress in society. Which we see a lot of this today, like the political system, the economic system, and of other ones that are falling apart. Spirituality could be viewed as a person's characteristics, such as being loving, kind, generous, humble, knowledgeable, humorous, service-oriented, and wise, to name a few. Imagine all these qualities that I just mentioned were reflective of the kind of society we lived in, how things would have been so different. For example, one spiritual need of the global world is unity. Human beings must, in time, come to realize that all in all, the fundamental truth of humanity is that it is one. And so we should treat each other as one family. This is just one of many requirements that the world obviously needs. But how we go about applying this, by and large, depends on people. People are the ones who must firsthand adopt a world-embracing vision, which Baha'u'llah coined. Then, after adopting that vision, humanity must start working towards applying it, such that it becomes an applied reality. Now, to top things off, let's resume. One of the terms that Abdu'l-Baha brought up, this concept of high thoughts, which he went on to state, the publication of high thoughts is the dynamic power and the arteries of life. It is the very soul of the world. Thoughts are a boundless sea, and the effects and varying conditions of existence are as separate forms and individual limits of the waves. Not until the sea boils up will the waves rise and scatter their pearls of knowledge on the shore of life.